Howdy, howdy, this is Blue Otter. We are continuing in Doors and Loot. Yeah, this is definitely easier. There's a health potion. What do you mean I can't take any more? Okay. Right, so you must have a limit to how many you can carry, so you can, maybe that's why I couldn't get more. Okay, well, now I can. I don't like leave things behind. But day 17, and now I'm here accompanied by a somewhat affable but quiet man and a witch who scares me just looking at her. At least I'm no longer hungry, sleepy, or tired. But for some reason, I can't get out either. Every time I go through the damn door, those monsters attack me. So I like the little notes. I'm curious to see what the full story is and how many of them are there, and I can't leave it behind. There we go. So this would be something where if you have like the treasure counter up here, I would know, do I have more or do I need to keep searching? What's the full story on the notes? I'm intrigued, and that's probably part of where the tag of mystery dungeon comes in, is that you have different notes that are left about, and you've got to figure out, you know, what's going on. So, and I know that there's going back onto the story, I know that there's a story that's involved in this, and that's why you find the notes. I would personally like to see a bit more variety with monsters. There are two basic ones that or three basic ones. There's a plain skeleton, a skeleton with the helmet, and then the sorcerer. And I would like to see maybe something else. I don't know what that would be, but you know, maybe like some other, if you're going undead, you could go with more, you could go with zombies, ghosts, things of that nature. The audio in this, the sound effects, as well as the music is spot on. So I forget what level I am. So, okay, so it pauses this because I'm trying to move around. So the game is paused when you're in the inventory. I don't know if I'm missing it. I would like to see... Oh, there it is. Okay, what level am I? Because that would be pertinent information to know. That's going to help me with making an informed decision, because I'm going to assume that every level in game is about the level that you should be at. So yeah, so each monster, about what level you're on is about, give or take one, is about the level of monsters that you're facing. I refuse to step on grapes. I'm paranoid. I think it would be a cool mechanic if there's a chance that the grates might like fail and you get plunged to a lower level. That's where my fear is on those. So that's why I don't go on those. Well, and I like that the doors aren't always in the back, that sometimes they're on the side. So if you come all the way to the back thinking that they're back there and they're not, then having it on the side is kind of a little different, because it's not always enter on this side, exit through the opposite side. And so, and I do like here that as you go through, here I'm able to heal up and collect collect that health potion. So, and I like the fact that the walls go down so you can see where you are, as well as when items fall behind certain features, like tables or even like these columns. Items are still highlighted. They have that glow around them so that you can still see what everything is. And so there's a chest that we can go down, but we're going to continue to go up. And so here we're on level 5. This is just a short, small room. I still have pretty decent amount of potions. Oh, I like that. Okay, so that's what the book does. The book does, instead of doing an attack against someone, you can heal yourself, and it consumes your mana. So you can turn and transform your mana into a healing aspect. Okay, so I think this is where I left the last time. So now we are going into, this is new territory where I have not been here before. So we are going to go through and we're going to just attack everything in sight. So I have 10 monsters on this level. And you have a surprising amount of inventory. So all the items that you collect, I don't think I ever had an issue with running out of inventory. Now, as you go up into higher and higher levels, that might change. And one thing that I don't quite realize at this point is, because I am recording this later, is that you can actually scroll the inventory list. But for right now, I am killing the skeletons and collecting their loot. So going through doors and picking up loot. And then there I'm healing myself. So this appears to be like a longer level than normal. And I'm wondering if the levels are procedurally generated or if they are, if they're randomized, or if they have some aspect where it randomly picks a floor. So I'm going up to level 7, and then there's that one little room. This is probably one of my favorite room sets, because it has this stairway, and there I am injured. One thing that is kind of tricky and finicky about that is that having the Q and E be for the potion and the mana is that they're right above the A and the D, so you have to be careful that when you're moving you don't accidentally press a potion when you don't mean to. I posted my Let's Play and the developer commented and they said they spotted a bug. It didn't really affect my gameplay, so I do appreciate that the food is automatically consumed and it automatically affects your health. And there is... I died. A 3 against 1. That was not fair. Okay, let's see if... Okay, so I think you just get 2 points. It would be interesting if you got like a point for every level you went up, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the system of how they have this, and I'm sure that this is a balanced method. So there are several options here, and one thing that I would like to have is they have like the refresh where you basically have to wipe everything and reselect. And if you accidentally hit something, you have to refresh and redo the whole thing. So one thing that would be really cool is if they had it where like if you left click to select and you right click to subtract. So you can add things, but then if you accidentally added the wrong amount, you can take it away as long as you have points to do so. So I went through and I have a ton of items. I believe I'm quite happy with what I have. But one of the things that I'm going to go through and do, and this is when I realized that I can actually scroll through this, and you can go in one of those upgrades, you can get more items. So you can select and choose and pick your best, keep the best, sell the rest. So I'm picking through which ones I want. And this is where you get to where your individual gameplay, what would you pick? Would you pick something different from what I would pick? And that's going to affect your gameplay because, you might have more armor class or less armor class, or you might have, be able to do greater attack. You might do a run through where you focus on just doing magic attacks, and so you've got maybe 2 spell books and you're dual wielding spell books or something, and so you're always running around, and that might be an advantage because you are at a distance, but can you outrun your opponent? So far what I've seen, there is frost damage and fire damage are the 2 damage choices that are magical. One thing that's with this is that the forge, like everything is like $100 for him to forge something. So as you increase, you might even have it where, okay, but if a poor item might be this much, a common item might be this much, and then you're going to have a factor input of what the different levels of things that you want. And I would love to be able to upgrade items and be able to do like a critical strike and then be able to do another critical strike and be able to add it again and again where you're upgrading weapons. And that would be something that you could really then start sinking money into, that then you're buying and getting materials, and that's going to be more expensive. Because I'm able to do this in like, oh, there's a extra. Wow. Okay. Did not see that coming. Yeah, so this was an interesting backstage area where you have a little bit higher levels, and this looks like a prison. And one of the things that's really fascinating about this is that after you take out those few guards that are in the hallway, you can really take your time with this and deal with these prisoners because they're all going to attack you, but you can attack them one by one. which is really nice. I don't know what I was expecting searching the chamber pot. So you're going through and you're able to kind of recover and take your time with each attack. So I'm going to go through here, and I just want to charge him because I don't like that guy. But again, I try to do it like in stages so that I'm able to go in and I'm not confronting all of them at once, because I just can't handle having that much at one time. So you've got to finish everyone, because even a monster with 1 hit point can still attack you, and they're going to do as much damage to you as the fully as the full health monster. So if you go through and attack one, get it all the way down, finish him off, and then move on. And I noticed that those were traps. I did not see that my first time I went through. And doing a little bit of preventative healing. A little bit of preventative healing there. I don't really want to think about what you're eating if you've just killed a skeleton. Okay, so the door has been unlocked. We're at 35% poor, so we're starting to go heavily into common items. We are fixing to go up. We are level 7. We are fixing to go to level 8. Yeah, the stairs are really a cool feature to have, where it gives it kind of a split level. I almost wish there were more types of map layouts than what is available. All right, so we're still doing good. Yeah. So the numbers that are shifting in the end chest kind of indicate like how far up the tower we are, because that tells us like where the final item is shifted. So with the most of the guys that we've been attacking have been outlined in white, and that guy was outlined in yellow. So I wonder if having the color outline dictate and indicate what power level the monster is from you. So having a white would be a relatively easy encounter, a yellow might be a challenging encounter, red might be a dangerous, almost deadly. Day 6, I turned out to be a fool. So we're gonna train in some of our mana here. So this is his train up. I like his little swish as he's healing up. So this would be something with having that book, being able to, even if I didn't use it and I had the one that does the damage equipped normally, then I could have this one after I've cleared the level. I could pull that out and at my leisure kind of heal myself back up. Okay, so this is 10-80-10. But I've got some mana. I can do it. And the only thing that I don't get if I die, out of curiosity, okay, so I cannot go back. The only thing that happens is I just don't get that one loot item. Ah! No, 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 no. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. So that is... Okay. I did not see that coming. Show diary. Looks like we've had this one complete. So we have day 3, day 12, day 17, day 2, day 5, and day 6. Turned out to be a fool. Okay. I did not see that coming. That was really cool. So one advantage to having the refresh is I can just be like, nope, let me just wipe it and I'm going to start over and reallocate. So I can, every time I enter the tower, I can enter with a completely different setup and try it out. And that's one of the things that I really like about this roguelike game, because every time you enter, you can enter it as a completely new character, and you can try out and experiment with different builds. And then here we need to go to all right, so that I don't get any extra benefit from that, but I did get some extra books. So I lose the healing touch, get a pretty decent frost spell, but I honestly don't use them. So, but I don't have to worry about that because be plus 34 armor. Out of curiosity. No, because then I lose my book. That's what the issue is. Okay. I can deal with that. So we're going to sell everything that's not a book. Because the books all have pretty decent stuff. This one's got the healing touch. This one has a healing touch. This one is better than that one. So we're going to sell this one because this one's got the healing touch. This one's got a lot of frost damage. This one's not as much frost damage. But this has got fire and frost. And frostball, fireball. So we're gonna sell this one and this one. And that leaves us with frostball. There we go. And I meant to do this. Forge. What items can we do now? Still just poor and common. Clearly can't do the uncommon level. You can't do above common, and I don't know if that's now or ever. One thing I would like, and I know part of this is the fact that it's a roguelite, so you are trying to go up and up. I would honestly like to see the health, the mana potions uncapped, where you could have, even if it's just up to 99. So just for grins, let's come over here. Let's have him forge. So I want to have a common hammer, and with extra damage. Now make it critical strike. Forge. But he charges 100 for everything, so you could easily make it where you scale it and make it where it's more expensive for a better item. So these guys are now about two strikes every time I hit. I wonder if there will ever be a time where you're powerful enough that you can just one shot them. I imagine you can, because you are getting stronger and stronger, and eventually, and then seeing that on the door too, and I have a feeling that this, okay, I like that. I like that feature. The fact that, I mean, you could spend all this time going up, or here is a secret path. I really like that feature of having these shortcuts built in. And so we went from level 1 and we're now up to level 5. And that saves you a lot of time, so you're not necessarily having to go all the way up. So I wonder if, as you finish, like, are you going to be able to advance to higher levels? So what's the extent of where that's going to allow you to go? How far up are the shortcuts going to take you? Will they ever take you to, say, like level 9 or what? And I like that not every book, not everything has something too. So it's, so when I say, like, it'd be nice to have something that is like where it tells you you have, 6 more items on this level. It might not be 6 items, but it would be 6 lootable items. Could be a chest. The chest might not have anything, but it's a lootable item. The other advantage about having the inventory button being where it pauses the game is that gives you something. So I could be in the middle of combat, I can come here, especially if I'm having like a emergency that I need in real life that I need to address. Spoiler, it doesn't. Okay, well, okay, I guess the grates don't hurt you. I just don't trust them. Alright. So that is level 7. Now we're on level 8. Yeah, I'm on level 8 before I even had to resort to using a health potion. Another thing that would be kind of cool is if your guy changes his looks based off of what you're doing, which he does to an extent. So at least the weapon, the weapon that you're using, or what you're holding in your hands, is there. Day 9. I have made my way through a few rooms, scanning for anyone. An opportunity to get a few coins is never too much, on the other hand. I wanted to make sure that I did not trespass the property. So we are... Yeah, we are done with that. We are moving up to level 9. But we will continue that in the next episode. So, thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.